Sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for having me here, and really feeling honored to be part of this knowledge sharing initiatives, okay, which is very critical. And in fact, students should feel privileged that their campus is already doing this kind of sessions by inviting experts across the industry, because there is nothing more invaluable than listening directly from the industry experts. And I'm assuming each one of you will be active, interactive during this session, because I'm not here to deliver another GAN session. Let us try to have as much interaction as possible. And you guys can connect with me on LinkedIn as well and stay in touch. I'm going to share all those details towards the end. But let's begin the session with today's topic, design thinking. Have you heard about design thinking before? Just you can use chat window or probably mute
Yes,
yourself
sir.
and speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you know which companies are implementing design thinking?
Google,
Okay. Google.
Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any? Can I hear from students? Sriranga, Venkata, Sai Shrikar, Ramya, Ivan, Surya, Deveshwar. Can I hear from you guys? Or if you are hesitant to speak, probably you can use the chat window, because we can learn a lot from a dialogue rather than me speaking all the time. Come on, you guys are from NIT. Speak up. Anything that comes to your mind, or else in case if you haven't come across that, you can say, okay, I didn't come across it. Okay, Sai, very good. Sai says interior design companies. Okay. Very interesting perspective. All right. Anyways, good to see your response, Sai. Any other responses, any other companies which you think are implementing design thinking? Can I get one more response before I hop on to the presentation? Ramya, Surya. And again, there are no right or wrong answers here. Just that we are brainstorming. I want to see your energy levels. That's it. So, are you guys in your final year or third year?
So it's
What? A,
mix. It's mix of all the students. It's not a final year or a third year. Actually,
okay,
yeah.
it's a mix of. Okay, so come on, guys, speak up something. Okay, aviation companies, Samsung Electronics. Okay, Bank of America. Very good, Ramya. I'm going to talk one specific example related to Bank of America. All right, very nice. I think Geeta didn't like and she left. All right, so yeah, we'll see what all companies are doing that, and in fact, you'll be surprised to come across certain companies which are already implementing design thinking, but you may not, you may not be aware of, right? Let me start sharing my screen, and guys, at any point in time, you can interrupt me, and let's not wait till the end of the session for the questions, because the more questions you ask, the better for you. And Surya said automobile industry. Okay, very good. All right. So I have come up with so many images. Okay. I'm hoping you guys will be loving that. And it's me. I'm on a mission to shape the careers and lives of millions across the globe. As Madam mentioned, like last year, I have launched my own podcast along with one of my ex colleagues. And this, the name of the podcast is The Guiding Voice. It is available on JioSavan or wherever you listen to the podcast. Okay, the purpose of this podcast is to help the professional students, IT employees, and entrepreneurs to shape their careers and lives. Okay, we interviewed right from a 19-year-old to 85-year-old person. Okay, and with different designations, with diversified experience and all. So it's a noble. We are on a noble mission to help the community out there so that they can make better career decisions and all. And because I didn't have an opportunity to study in NIT like you guys. I studied from a tier 2 college, and I come from a tier 2 town, and we didn't get proper guidance at that time. Okay, and nevertheless, we would have been in a much better position than what we are today. When I say we, me and my co-founder, Okay, so that's why we thought, okay, let's give back to the society. All right. So with that, what do you see in this picture, guys? I know picture is blurred. Apologies for the bad quality, but what do you see in this picture? Can you guys unmute and speak? That will be easy for me because I'll not be able to track the chats. Yeah, go ahead. Someone was trying to speak.
We feel they are in their own world. They are thinking of themselves.
Oh,
That's what.
okay. Mm-hmm. All right. A different perspective altogether. Yeah. Any other thing that comes to your mind? Where are they waiting actually?
In the
I think
lift?
they are waiting for an elevator to come,
Okay, they are
which was
waiting for.
stuck.
Okay, which was stuck. Very good. And nice to see those responses. So, can we solve this problem? How can we solve this problem? There is a slow elevator problem. Okay, in case if you were given an opportunity to solve this, how would you do that? Again, see, there are no right or wrong answers here. I completely respect everybody's thoughts, and you can feel free to share. No matter it might be a silly answer, also that's fine. Don't feel that it is silly. First of all, if you don't believe in yourself, I'll not believe in you. Right? As simple as it.
We can use the stairs.
Okay, you can use the stairs. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? And if it is 20 floor or above, right, then it will be difficult for us to use stairs. Stairs are manageable up to 9 floors or so, because I used to take stairs in my previous organization, and I take stairs always. Okay. Any other thoughts?
But my question is, will there be possibility to take up the stage, because until and unless they wait, it opens.
That's right. And again, that's why, as I said, it is very tricky. Like stairs may not be the solution all the time, right? It is manageable up to 5 floors. And to your point, the moment you have stepped into first floor or second floor, lift might have already arrived, right? So you'll regret. Okay, why did I not wait for another few seconds? But overall, we are trying to solve this slow elevator problem. What can be done here? Any other perspectives? One more response.
They can complain to management, sir.
What will the management do? Management will hire a person like Naveen or anybody who is in this virtual room, and they are asked to provide a solution. Do you guys
Uh,
like dialogues, or do you want me to just go through it?
no,
Because
we want it to be interactive.
okay, then I need more responses because I can ask
U-
you so many probing questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Utilizing the time, the waiting time
Mm-hmm.
through any productive
Mm.
thing what they're doing.
Mm.
I
Very
see
good.
a man is doing his work in a laptop and
Hmm.
doing some kind of that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting perspective. I like that one. In fact, I follow that at times. Like there is an app called InShots. For example, if I'm waiting for someone, I simply go through that InShots app. Okay, that is a news reading app. Like every news is published in less than 60 words or so. Or maybe you can download TED app on your mobile phone and start listening to some random audio or video. Right. Likewise, you can make best use of it. But I love that perspective wherein you said, can we make best use of time, right? How can we make the time productive? Very good. All right, let's move on. Okay, so what is the problem here? I said the elevator is too slow, but you need to reframe the problem. Like as one our friend, I think, what was your name? Dev. What was your name? Who spoke the last?
Shrikar,
Srikar, sir.
Shrikar.
Shrikar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So guys, identify your name so that I can. I don't want to mess up with your names and all. When you are speaking, you can identify your name. So Shrikar said, right, elevator is too slow, and he touched upon one important point. How can we make the time productive? So here, if you were to reframe the problem, right, then the wait is annoying. So should I solve the elevator is too slow this problem, or should I solve this problem? The wait is annoying. In case if you were to solve this, resolve this one, the elevator is too slow. people will come up with so many different options saying that, hey, why don't you install a new lift with upgraded motor, or why don't you improve the algorithm, right? And which will be very expensive, ideally. Like, because if a normal lift costs about 3 lakhs, and high speed elevator might cost 6 lakhs, and moreover it will take at least 1 to 2 weeks for installing the new one and all, right? It is not feasible at any point in time, right? Whenever you're coming up with the solution, no matter how big the problem is, the solution need not be as complex as the problem. Remember this one, because at times you might come up with a very basic and simple solution to a complex problem, as simple as it. So here, the same problem can be resolved just by making the wait feel shorter. You know, most of the lifts, right, they have this steel facade kind of thing. The reason is very simple, so that people can look into it. It resembles the mirrors, right? If you put up mirror, what happens automatically? We tend our attention, right? We divert our attention towards that mirror. And in case if you have music, right, probably you play some music out there, or install a hand sanitizer, or put some interesting object over there, right? That way what happens, people will divert their attention. The other day, day before yesterday, actually my brother and mom arrived from the US, and I went to Hyderabad International Airport, and me and my brother-in-law were waiting indefinitely for one hour, right? And when you are waiting for someone to arrive and all, it will be very annoying and all. And luckily what happened is I found one kiosk, okay, which is nothing but the this power bank rental kiosk. Okay, they have automated that entire stuff, and the name of the company is Spike. And I was going through their instructions, watching their videos and all, and somehow I felt, okay, this is another business model which has come into market. And later on I started doing some research. Likewise, I made my time productive and all, right? Of course, here Spike was not kept for making the wait time shorter or what, but it was meant for the business purpose. However, I made it productive. Likewise, you can think about something very innovative, something which may be very simple, but overall, the person who is actually waiting there should not feel, okay, he's waiting. He should feel, okay, wish I could have stayed there for longer. Likewise, think something differently. Are you guys still with me? Can I get some responses?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. So, shall we move on?
Sir.
And now tell me, what is this lift problem? How is it relevant to design thinking?
So
Do
may
you
I?
think? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Whatever might be the problem, first
Mhm.
of all, we should rephrase the problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Then from there, we can end up to a decision
Mm-hmm.
which gives some sort of convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And at the way, the efficiency of the output will also be a bit satisfying for us.
Right. Yeah, very good. So essentially, design thinking, I'm going to give you formal definitions and all. It's more about keeping yourself in the customer shoes and trying to solve their problems. As simple as it. Okay. For example, if you are the person waiting for the elevator, what would you do? Right? What can help me satisfy when I'm waiting? Likewise, any problem you take. For example, you are a mobile phone user. Nobody trained us on how to use WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, right? Agree or no? Nobody trained us how to use a smartphone. Agree or no? But why we are able to become pros in using the smartphones as well as WhatsApps and the TikToks, Instagrams of the world? Can someone tell me?
It's a day-to-day work.
Not really. Not
I mean,
see.
everyday challenges makes us to explore a lot,
Mm-hmm.
new
Okay.
things or new challenges.
No, I'm talking more from the product perspective.
They are
Okay,
actually
Mm.
handy.
They're
So
handy. They're very easy to use.
easy to use.
Design is intuitive, right? Like you'll get to know like what needs to be done next. Somebody need not explain you. Compare
Program
that with
instruction techniques.
you don't need any instructions. Ideally, you don't need any instructions. So it is so user friendly that it will navigate automatically, and you'll find all the options and all, right? So this is also another aspect which is called as human centered design. So human centered design means keeping in view of the end user, you are coming up with the design, implementing that, and building the product. So that is the core of this design thinking. Okay, if I were to tell to someone who is not tech savvy and all. But let's move on. All right, I guys, I hope you guys are still able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So if I had an hour, do you know who is this guy?
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein. Very good. So if I had an hour to solve a problem and my life depended on the solution, I would spend the first 55 minutes determining the proper question to ask. For once I know the proper question, I could solve the problem in less than 5 minutes. See, today, irrespective of whether you are a student or a faculty member or you are an engineer or a business owner, whoever it is, okay, start asking right questions. Because if you know the question well, if you understand the question well, you'll come up with the problem solving very easily. That's why there is a book named Start with Why. I don't know how many of you have read that, but it is a must read book. And the author is Simon Sinek. Okay, Start with Why. It's a beautiful book and it is applicable for everybody. You don't have to be a business leader to read that. Okay, anybody who is working on something, they have to know. Because, for example, why am I doing this session? Okay, my purpose is very simple. I want to spread my knowledge, whatever the knowledge and wisdom that I've acquired. I want to enlighten somebody who is looking for it. And if you are joining this session, okay, very few people have registered for it, and out of which about only 40% of them turned up. But those whoever have turned up, did you guys think, okay, why should I join this session? Did you feel the worth of it, or you thought, okay, I have an extra hour to spend, let me join? What was the purpose? Do you know the purpose? Can I get some responses, please? Okay, if you, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we heard of this design thinking, and we want to learn more about. We want to understand what actually it doesn't do, and
Okay,
that is the reason we have joined.
okay, very good. So you know the purpose. You heard about it, but you don't know the details. So you thought, okay, at least get the basics from this session, right? Yeah, this is again, I'm going to just scratch the surface. It's a kind of tip of the iceberg, but I'll give you a lot of insights in case if this is very interesting for you. I'll give you some pointers where you can learn more, because design thinking course itself, right, it takes about 3 to 5 full days for completing it. But I'm going to, by end of the session, at least you'll get to know whether you should actually learn design thinking or not. That's my commitment. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. And in case if you think I'm speaking too fast, do let me know. Okay. Do you know this guy? The turtleneck, black T-shirt,
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Then why is Apple so successful? Apple is the first company on the earth which crossed $1 trillion market valuation, right? And followed by Apple, recently Microsoft and Google have also made the cut. Amazon as well, right? If I ask a question to anybody, what is one product that you love the most? Can I get some responses? And if I ask the second question, why do you like that product so much? Then probably human-centered design thing, human-centered design related stuff comes into picture. See, product is very splashy. It looks so elegant, and it becomes a prestige or a status symbol carrying that particular product, right? So Apple is known for building those kind of products. Like if you look at the iPhone, the reason iPhone is so elegant, because they apply design thinking in every product that they develop. They are one of the pioneers of implementing design thinking. I was expecting somebody would answer this, but one of you said Amazon, Google, and all. But before even Amazon, before even Google, right? Apple actually started implementing this design thinking. And now let's see what Steve Jobs has quoted. Many people make the mistake of thinking design is what it looks like. See, design doesn't mean like the appearance of it, guys. It's beyond appearance. I don't know if you're an Apple user or Android phone user, right? I mean iPhone or the Android user, but there is a lot of difference. Okay, these days Android again had incorporated a lot of features which Apple implemented first and all, but the user interface, like if you start using iPhone, for example, or in case if you have already used iPod, okay, the music player, the portable music player and all, it is so easy, so user friendly, right? Overall the experience, I'm not talking about just the look and feel, but the overall experience in terms of the navigability, okay, the kind of response that you are getting and the performance, everything comes into picture. People think it's this veneer. What is veneer? Veneer is nothing but if you take a door, okay, there is some outer layer which is attached to it, and that outer layer is very shiny, it looks so beautiful, makes everything look elegant and all, right? But see, something which you are making it to look good, that is not about design. Okay, it's not just what it looks like, feels like. Design is how it works. Is how you, the moment you start using Apple product, right? Performance wise, super good. Like if you compare an Android phone with 8 gigs RAM versus Apple phone with just 2 gigs RAM, they are on par at the same performance. Why? Because this design aspect goes into making of each and every part of it. And when I say part of it, it need not be hardware always, it could be the software also, right? So this is one of the reasons why Apple is so successful. Any questions before we move on? You can say if there are no questions, no, or else I'll treat silence as no questions. And people will be silent for two reasons. Either they have understood everything well, or they're completely clueless about what presenter is presenting. Which category do you fall into? First category or the second category? Come on, guys. Can I expect some responses?
No question, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Let's move. Now you tell me, what are the top 10 innovative companies? You can take a stab. It need not be accurate again. Take a stab. It's okay even if it is very
Google is one among them.
okay. Google is one among them. And don't you think Apple is one of them?
Of course, sir. Of course, yes.
Okay. Look at
Tata
this.
Industries.
Tata Industries. Okay. Look at this. This is the most recent report. Okay. Top most innovative companies of 2021. This is Apple, right? It tops the list, followed by Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent of Google, right? Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, Samsung, so on and so forth. And why are they innovating? They can stop, right? After iPhone
There
4,
is a
5,
need. There is a need.
there is a
There is
need.
a need. They have identified the need.
Okay, they have identified the need. Any other answers?
They are working on the emerging technologies.
They're working on emerging technologies. See, basically, innovation is required to survive and sustain for a long time, as simple as it. If you are selling the same old products, okay, let's assume you are running a store, and every time the customer comes and sees the same old products, right? What happens? Customer may or may not visit you again. Whereas if you bring in more and more products, something different and all, then customer will be curious, because that automatically sparks some interest. Hey, every time I visit this store, there is something new, right? Similarly, companies like Alphabet, Amazon, they're continuously innovating. They're coming up with so many different products. Amazon, right? Amazon initially started selling books. Later, they started selling everything on earth, right? And now they are into these voice assistants like Amazon Alexa, Prime Video, right? And they may also venture into autonomous cars, and they are the pioneers in the cloud implementation. You know how this cloud technology itself is popularized. They built this cloud infrastructure only for themselves, but later on they felt, okay, this can be sold as a service kind of thing, and that has revolutionized the market, right? Because they are always thinking differently, and they are doing things differently. That's why they are among the top 10 innovative companies. And if you go through these top 10 companies financial statements and all, their earnings are huge, right? Their valuation is huge, their stock value is huge, so on and so forth. And people feel proud, right, working for these companies. As simple as it. All right, so name the best product that you have used so far. It's a question to you all. It could be anything. It could be your toothbrush or a shoe polish.
Smartphone, sir.
Be specific. Like which brand smartphone? Smartphone in general or a specific
In
brand
general,
smartphone?
not
Okay.
any specific, in general.
Okay. Okay. Can I get any other?
Reliance. So Reliance clothes.
Reliance.
Trends. Yeah.
Okay, Reliance Trends. Okay. Why? Value for money?
Not value for money. The quality of the clothes and the designs.
Quality
Every
of the
time there is a change, and also the quality. It's
Mhm.
long lasting,
Okay.
and there is a decency in the wears, and that's all.
Okay. Any other? Very good. Any other examples? One last person can speak. All right. Okay. Now let's watch this small video. I'm assuming audio will play for you guys as well. Do let me know. Are you guys able to hear the audio?
At Bank of America, we recognize that innovative banking products are the
No,
No, sir, it is very less
not
much
clear.
audible.
That's why we recently launched Keep the Change.
Are you able to hear the audio? Hello?
It's the volume is very less. It's not clear. You can just increase.
Yeah, I'm trying that. Just a second. Okay. If not, I'll share the link later. But try to.
At Bank of America, we recognize that innovative banking products are the key to attracting new customers. That's why we recently launched Keep the Change, a unique program that helps customers put aside savings on a regular basis. Here's how it works. Under the Keep the Change program, every debit card purchase made by a participating customer is automatically rounded up to the next dollar. The difference is then transferred to the customer's savings account. Every debit card purchase adds to the total. To provide added incentive for new accounts, the bank matches 100% of program deposits for the first 3 months and 5% thereafter, up to $250 per year. Bank of America's Keep the Change program was launched in October 2005, and it has already proven an overwhelming success. By January of 2006, the program has attracted more than 1 million customers, and more than 20% of these customers were new to the bank. Imagine a program that attracts 200,000 new customers in just 3 months. That's the power of innovation.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys, were you able to grasp what was presented in the video?
They have launched one of the programs. Okay, it's about keeping the change, whatever the remaining amount is there, so that it increases for after a particular period of time. So, which is like a savings. Normally,
Right.
we don't bother about a very small change, but this becomes a big money. That's what.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is some innovative idea, right? And which will automatically instill the habit of savings in the among the customers and all, right? So that's how people think differently and all, right? And I'll tell you on this note, right? If somebody is aspiring to have a long-term career, okay, in the technology field, since all of you are engineers here, right? You know, one person who can survive long and have a long-term career in this fast-paced world and all, person that is very creative, because creativity is something which cannot be automated. Okay, because we are in the generation of autonomous cars, drones, and many other automations taking place right? So in case if you want to be replaceable, be creative. That's my suggestion, okay, for a long lasting career. And with that, let me move on. Okay, do you know what is this? This was the early stage mouse, okay, and this mouse was created by Doug Engelbert, okay, wooden mouse. And this is the mouse by Apple. What is this? It was the early computer, and now we have the yoga laptops. When I say yoga laptops, you can twist, turn, you can convert them into different modes like laptop mode or stand mode, tent mode, tablet mode, or so on, right? So this actually is a round wheel, and this led to the creation of tires, right? This is one of the food packaging, and which has perforations and all in case if air has to flow in, right? You can come up with this. And there is a tea holder with, sorry, cup with biscuits, right? And tea. And these are some of the stickers, okay, which are used to give you the indication, okay, so that by looking at them you will get to know whether it can be bought or not, right? Which means this color, typically if a mango, okay, which is in this color, right, if it is matching with it, what happens, then you will know that it tastes very well or it tastes better, right? So that's why they put this particular sticker, and you can compare it. Look at these scissors. You have 5 different teeth so that you can use them for chopping your vegetables very easily, right? So design thinking need not be only applicable to IT, right? You can create day-to-day or household products as well, and these are all some of the inventions. I personally, this was my favorite actually. We always have the habit, right, of putting our arm under the pillow and all, and typically if we rest our head on the arm for a long time, it causes some pain. But this guy has come up with a pillow with a gap, okay, so that your arm can go through. And there is a pizza slicer with a holder, so that the moment you cut it, it gets here, okay, directly on the holder, and you can put it in the plate and serve to your guests. This is a pill pack. It has the timings. Typically our elders, right, who crosses the 65 70 years of age and all, they get into Alzheimer's and a lot of other diseases which will lead to memory loss and all. So for them there is a printout, okay, which will help them to pick up the tablets at designated time and all, right? So this is pill pack, is a company which invented this one. Likewise, product could be very simple. And Airbnb, you might have heard about Oyo Rooms, and actually Oyo Rooms is a replica of Airbnb. The founders, right, they had difficulty in finding some accommodation, and they came up with this solution. Similarly, redbus.in, you might have heard about it. Of course, redbus.in, it's a, I'm not talking it from the design thinking perspective, but from the problem solving perspective. Those guys, founders, they missed a bus and they couldn't find an option to travel back to their hometown, and they created that platform, right? And Airbnb, here these guys are selling the experiences, and you have an option to pick right from a $100 accommodation to few $1,000 accommodation and all. And when it comes to the design part of it, right, you can look at the reviews and make a decision by yourself, and how many guests, how many rooms you need, how many baths you need, and what was the previous rating, what are the options that they have in that particular facility, so on and so forth. Uber Eats, of course, here in India we have Zomatos and Swiggies, which are popular, right? This Uber Eats, again, that came as a solution during the brainstorming session within Uber, which is a transportation company, right? They don't own literally even a single car, but they are helping millions of passengers, okay, to take to reach their destinations and all. They came up with this Uber Eats as part of the discussion, internal discussions and all, because I drive a lot of innovations in the organizations, and in fact, I've created a portal, okay, internally. If somebody has an idea, be it related to business process improvement or solving any problem or employee experience, whatever it is, they can go ahead and submit the idea. We will review it and we'll provide them the required support. Likewise, some companies like Toyota, major companies, right? They are all run these ideation programs, and after that, they apply design thinking while building that particular product. Then it becomes a huge hit. American Express. We spoke about this example, the Keep the Change. In addition to that, they actually came up with this EMI options. They are the pioneers in terms of building this app, okay, which is offering you flexi EMIs, okay, at the click of the button and all. In the Bank of America case, we learned about Keep the Change, but in the American Express, they are the ones who came up with this particular thing. Because here, who is getting benefited? I want to buy the product, but I don't have money. I want to convert that into EMI. Earlier, EMIs were provided only through personal loans and all, but now EMIs are available at click of the button. Even when you are making a purchase on Amazon.in, you have an option to pick up, right? Likewise, these are the concepts which are originated out of thinking about the problems deeply. Oral-B toothbrush, right? This, electric toothbrushes are very popular in the states and developed countries. Okay, wherein you can charge them using USB, and also this particular rotating head, right? This toothbrush is designed in such a way that it detects, okay, when you have to replace the head, and it gives you an alert. And you can also use the smartphone app to track the usage in terms of how many hours you have brushed, and all those statistics will be available. So by making this toothbrushing experience a completely different experience, people would love to do that, right? You might have seen many people wearing smart watches and the Fitbits and all. Okay, so when I started using Fitbit long time ago, I used to walk a lot because I wanted to break my own streak. On a given day, if I did 5,000, next day I used to do 5,010, 5,020. Likewise, I used to increase, because the moment you are done with, you are exceeding the previous record, it gives you those bubbles, celebratory and congratulatory message kind of thing, right? So, which is nothing but gamified experience. And along with that, you have the health aspects into it, right? And this is Moonrise. What is Moonrise? Is a company similar to Craigslist. Okay, this is about offering the part-time jobs. For example, if you are working on your day job, but your salary is not sufficient, and you can spend 1-2 hours extra, right? You can register yourself on this platform, and on this platform, you will find some part-time job opportunities. And the moment you are done, right, the amount gets credited to your account. For example, you can register yourself on an urban company. Okay, if you are good at assembling the air conditioners or whatever you are good at, right? If you enroll, and maybe that might give you an options, you want to work only from 4 to 6, whatever it is, and basis which the moment the work is completed, you will get the amount back, right? So similarly, Moonrise is one company which came up with this uh, application, okay, which will enable somebody to find the part-time jobs and all. Why am I talking about all these companies? Because they have thought out of the box. They thought from their customer shoes, right? One of you mentioned about Google. Google had a unique problem to solve. They wanted the children, okay, to start coding. Okay, but how do you make coding interesting to the students, especially at their early stage students, like somebody in the primary, pre-primary kind of thing, right? Then they actually consulted a company called IDEO. IDEO, okay. IDEO is the company which actually conceptualized this design thinking. Apple also consults with them. Likewise, majority of the big companies, they consult with them. So IDEO, they proposed, okay, come up with the Play-Doh and multiple colors. Likewise, make it interesting, create some symbols which are easy to comprehend by the students, so on and so forth. Likewise, they came up with this project blocks. And that way, if you put this kind of stuff and provide some basic details to the students, right, they will easily pick the content up. right? This is one other example. But overall, if you observe all these use cases, right, some of them are toothbrush, which is related to hygiene, some of them are banking related, like American Express, and then Bank of America, and some of them related to accommodation. Likewise, you are touching every domain and every aspect. But here comes the question, what did they do differently? Can I get any responses?
Sir, we are with your dialogue, sir.
Okay, all right. So making people want things. Earlier, marketing people used to sell the products. They go and visit some customers and they say, hey, this is some product which will solve your day-to-day problems. Okay, and this costs very less compared to what others are offering, and others are having X features, but we are having 2X features, so on and so forth. But now Apple started. I talk a lot about Apple because they are the pioneers in design thinking. There is one quotation or quote by Henry Ford. You know Henry Ford. You might have heard about Ford automobiles, right? In India, you have this Ford EcoSport, and you have Ford Endeavor, Ford Figo, right? These are all some cars, okay, which the company have manufactured. And likewise, Ford are the pioneers in the automobiles. So of course, nowadays they have lost the market share and all. But founder of Ford, Henry Ford, what he said is, before I made my first car, okay, before I made my first car, if I go to customers and ask them, hey, what do you need? Customers would have asked me for a faster horse. Are you getting me? For a faster horse, because earlier we had these carriages or the carts, okay, which were driven by the horses. As simple as it. So if customers want, if you go and ask them, they would have said, hey, I want a faster horse. Because right now horses are running at say 20 kilometers per hour or whatever it is within the carriage. Okay, and it is taking me X time. And if you go and ask them, hey, what do you need? They would say, I need a horse which will run at 40 kilometers per hour or 60 kilometers per hour. Right? That was the statement what he made. And what is the underlying meaning is very simple. Customers don't know what they want. Remember, customers don't know what they want. You as a product vendor or you as a manufacturer have to identify the current problems that are existing with the current products and come up with the solution. That is how iPod came into the market. Okay, iPod. Before that, we had Walkman. I know you guys are young crowd sitting here. You might have not even seen Walkman, but do some research. It was a portable cassette player, audio cassette player, and you need to. Every cassette can hold only 6 songs. Okay, and 6 songs on side A and 6 songs on side B. And if you are going on a journey, right, you have to carry various cassettes, and then you have to carry batteries and all. It was very cumbersome. But what did Steve Jobs do? He came up with a portable music player which can work on charging, okay, which can actually connect to the internet, and you can select only tracks that you want instead of buying the whole album. Likewise, he has revolutionized the music industry. If at all people have asked, he approached the people and asked, hey, I want a better music player, we would have not imagined, okay, with what he has come up with. As simple as it. So always shift, okay, from making people want things to making things people want. You're creating the need by yourself because your product is so addictive. As simple as it. Moving on. What is design thinking? Now let's see the example, the actual definition. See, Tim Brown, right? This guy is the founder of IDEO, as I said, and Stanford D School. It is a website that you have to visit. They have free course available on the design thinking. You can learn every nitty-gritty related to it, right? And it is a structured, creative problem solving process, but enables innovation and positive impact. So innovation is good, but is it driving the impact or not? If innovation without impact doesn't make any sense, if you came up with some innovative product but nobody using it, there is no pointing in you innovating it. As simple as it. And as I said earlier, human-centered design process. You need to understand. You need to empathize with the user. Put yourself in the user's shoe. If I were the user, would I be happy or not? Right? So now talking about the formal definition. Design thinking is neither art nor science nor religion. It is the capacity ultimately for integrative thinking. You're keeping in mind the entire aspect of the product. Okay, right from the look and feel, the intuitiveness and the user friendliness, longevity, most importantly, the impact, usability, usefulness, all these come into picture. Now, another definition, what he says is human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibility of technology, and the requirements for business success. See here, he's touching upon business, people, technology, all three aspects. Business is nothing but the process. If you remember in the introduction, madam was talking about my introduction. Any work you take, okay, it will revolve only around three things: process, people, technology, PPT. And nowadays X got added in Microsoft 2016 onwards, right? Office 2016 onwards, PPT converted into PPTX. Similarly, the three pillars now converted into four pillars: people, process, technology, and X stands for transformation. Means how quickly can you transform? How quickly can you respond to the change? Right? So this is about design thinking, and you have to use your right brain. Okay, think creatively, come with different thought process altogether. Have you heard about lateral thinking by any chance, anybody? In case if you haven't heard, do
Lateral thinking is, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
It's nothing that which is not available.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, see, typically, if you are solving a problem, in the interest of time, I will tell you what this lateral thinking in a nutshell. There is a book called Lateral Thinking, okay, by Edward D. Bono. Edward D. Bono, he is the author. And he is the one who conceptualized this, and he did a lot of research. And when it comes to lateral thinking, it is about thinking. People say out of the box, right? You have to think out of the box and think divergently. Okay, which means you are not trying to converge yourself to one solution. Rather, you are exploring multiple solutions. You are thinking divergently around, across, top, bottom, down, left, center, right, towards everything. That is called as divergent thinking. That's why when I'll give you one example. You might have come across this example many a times for sure. Let's assume there is an underbridge, okay, which is of 6 feet, okay, for hypothetical purpose. And there is a truck, okay, which has to pass through that underbridge, but the height of the truck is 6 feet 2 inches. What can we do to make the truck pass through the underbridge, which is just 6 feet? Can we chop off the top 2 inches of the truck?
You have to reduce the load.
You have to reduce the load. What happens by reducing the load?
Yeah,
No,
2
see,
inches will reduce.
not really, because you don't have an option. Even if you reduce the load, the front portion of the truck, right, it is still 6 feet to 2 inches. You cannot chop it off. Any other examples? These kind of problems, they seem to be very tough, very difficult, very complex to solve. And engineers were breaking their head, civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and all. One guy out of the blue who is working as a worker over there, okay, somebody would not even care him by his looks and appearances. He came up with the solution. Do you know what is the solution? Come on, speak up. You deflate the air in the tires, okay, by some extent, so that what happens, that due to the height of the truck will reduce, and after once you pass through the underbridge, you can again inflate it. Nobody will imagine this kind of thing, right? And I'm going to give you 2 or 3 case studies towards the end. Start solving those problems and send me an email. Okay, I'll see what kind of solutions you'll come up with. So far, are you guys good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So IDE was David Kelly and design thinking. You know, these guys have come up with numerous solutions, guys. They came up with a shopping cart which automatically scans the products. Okay, and scans the products and automatically bills it. And further, they have to do a lot of iterations and all. In fact, the current company which I'm working for as a day job, we have also designed self-checkout counter. During the pandemic, everybody were into this contactless transactions and all, right? And if you visit a mall, okay, and you don't want to deal with the cashier, so for that, what our company has done is they came up with a self-checkout counter. It's a kind of it looks like a gun with a barcode scanner, and you can pick how many items you want. You scan that particular thing, every item, and put it in the shopping cart. And towards the end, you simply put that gun in on a kiosk out there and make the payment. You are done. Here, you are not interacting with anybody. Similarly, Amazon has come up with a concept called as Amazon Go. Okay, they launched trucks as well as the physical stores, which has all the items for sale, and you don't have. And in the case of Amazon, since your account is already linked, right? Automatically, the billing also happens. You don't have to scan. Also, the moment it is picked, they have put in a lot of cameras and the sensors, okay, which will automatically detect what items you have picked. Likewise, future is very, very exciting, I would say. All right, so now how do you innovate? Right, we spoke about the human values is nothing but people, and technology, business is nothing but the process. So if you are at the center of all the three, human values, technology, and business, that is the sweet spot for innovation. Means solve the business problem by keeping in view of the humans, how they are going to use it, and leverage the technology. As simple as it. Okay, this is where the sweet spot for innovation lies. Moving ahead, how this Apple started thinking differently. The logic is very, very simple. They're always focused on the end user. Are the customers going to come back for more? Will they like my product? That was their mindset. Will they be able to use the product seamlessly without any training? Right? So people's needs and desires rather than only the needs of the business. This is very important. See, today you're talking about unicorns in the startup world and all. Don't go by that glamorous stuff. If you are venturing into your own startup and coming up with your product and all, guys, remember, money is very, very temporary. But if you're solving a problem, you will remain in the history. Remember that. If you're trying to solve a day-to-day problem, Uber till today, they are not making profits, but Uber will remain in the history forever because they've changed the transportation industry altogether. They solved the problem of, because earlier, imagine before Uber, for example, if I were to book a cab, I used to rely on Meru cabs. Call them, hey, Bhaiya, can you come? I call their call center and give the number, or I use their web portal. Okay, the day before or something, and 20 minutes before that fellow will come, so on and so forth. But what happens if somebody who doesn't know about that app, who doesn't know the number, right? We used to rely on the local travel agencies and all. But now, at the click of a button, you are getting a cab at your doorstep. They're solving the problems, right? And they're keeping in view of, okay, they're localizing it, and to in future, like the integration will happen with your Apple series or the Google Assistant or the Amazon Alexas of the world, and you can simply say, Alexa, book my cab on Uber from Ravantapur to High Tech City. It will automatically do that, right? Or from Chinchwadi to Hadapsar, like whatever it is in Pune. So building empathy by helping people to love the Apple products. What is empathy? Empathy is nothing but understanding somebody else's feeling by being in their shoes. As simple as it. You know the difference between sympathy and empathy? Sympathy means if your friend is feeling bad, okay, because of maybe he or she has failed in a subject, what you would say? You would sympathize. Hey, it's okay, you can do it next time. But empathy is you're trying to be in their shoes. You're telling them, hey, I know how much painful it is. You're prepared very well. I understand, but let's get out of it. That is the difference between empathy and sympathy. In case of empathy, you're being empathetic. to the customer's needs. You are trying to understand what will be their experience and all, right? And the design rather than the engineering work, designers consider both the form and function of the product. As I've been telling, it's not only about the shape, look and feel, but how easy it is for me to use the product. That is nothing but function of the product. Building simple yet user friendly products, that is important. If you're building something which is very difficult to use, nobody is going to come to you. As simple as it. You, how many of you use e-commerce portals like Flipkart and Amazon? How many of you use them? I can't read the chat. Can you guys speak out, or somebody else can speak out for me?
I use it. Amazon.
But there are so many other portals, right, which are selling similar products, like Snapdeal.
Because
then
of the service.
Because of the service. Not only that, because of the user interface could be something, right? And hassle-free returns. There are so many factors come into picture. But any product you take, you have so many different alternatives, but you go for only one because of user friendliness, or because of the service, or because of easy to use, whatever it is, right? That's why think different. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So design again is a process that encourages participant to think outside the box. Look at this. You're playing this tic-tac-toe, right? How do I resolve this particular problem? He has drawn one circle like this. Again, which means you never out of the blue, you have to come up with something, okay, which should actually surprise the world in a positive way. Powerful experiential learning, human-centered design, right? So here you're trying to get your hands dirty and you're learning by doing. And the beauty of design thinking is you are involving the user soon after the prototype is built. Okay, where you picked up a problem and you started building a product. As a team, you will come. It is not a one-man army. Okay, it is not a single person doing it. All of them come together. They come up with something and they put their design into development kind of thing, which means they convert that and they see, okay, this is my prototype, and they seek the feedback from the customer. If customer is okay with it, they'll proceed, or else if customer recommends some changes, they'll incorporate those changes. Okay, so that is in a nutshell about what is design thinking. Here, successful businesses are making billions by recognizing the value of integrating design thinking. You know, Netflix, Amazon Prime, AHA, all these OTT platforms, right? OTT platforms, why are they popular? Because if you were to watch a movie on theater, you have to go there, okay, and stand in the queue. Of course, nowadays we have these Book My Show apps and all, but overall there will be a 15-minute break, and in case if you get a call, you have to move out and you need to attend that call, and by the time movie has gone. But if you're watching something on OTT platform, what happens? You have the entire control of that particular movie. You can fast forward songs, you can pause, okay, whatever you want, you can repeat certain scenes, so on and so forth. Again, that is how Netflix has come up with the invention of streaming the content. When Blockbuster, their competitor who was running this DVD rental business and all, and at one point in time, Netflix approached Blockbuster, boss, let us collaborate. But Blockbuster thought DVDs will be there forever. They did not collaborate. Now what happens? Blockbuster has perished. Blockbuster is a company which used to rent the DVDs, movie DVDs and all. Okay, they delivered DVD at the doorstep of the people, and they have to ship it back within specified time, or else they used to collect hefty fines and all. But Netflix, what did they do? They came up with the subscription model. Okay, you, depending on whether you want to go with 1 month plan, 2 months plan, or whenever you want to terminate, you can terminate. Likewise, the flexibility has come, and moreover, the content is directly playable through the internet connection and all, right? Likewise. Now, design thinking shifts the focus from a business-centric engineering solution to customer-centric solution. It's more about, it's no longer a business problem, it's a customer problem, which means I'm trying to make my customer a king. I'm trying to provide them a service or a product which is going to help them perform their duties seamlessly with minimal effort. Okay. All right. So design is a process. Again, through the collaboration, you're going to accept the requirement and you're thinking from the customer's shoes and being empathetic, and then define, okay, synthesize that particular problem and define what are you going to solve? And then you come up with idea. Again, there is only not single idea, but many ideas. Once you create those ideas, you'll start prototyping them, show it to the users, test them, and in case if they have any feedback, you're going to iterate, and this process repeats. Then what happens? You are refining the quality of the product from every iteration, because of which, since customer is already engaged, customer will be happy, right? You're making them addictive, right? This is about it. Now, if you search for design thinking, you'll come across so many different models, but I'm talking about one of the popular models which has 5 steps. It starts with empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Empathize means keeping in view of the customer's usage. Okay, I'm coming up with an innovation, right? And I'm framing the problem in order to create the right solution. And then I'm coming up with ideas. And here I'm not limiting myself to one idea, but multiple ideas. And then I quickly prototype. Prototype is nothing but I'm creating a model, a working model. It need not be accurate, but at least I need to have the prototype. See, today, if any of you is venturing into startup, right? Remember, prototyping is very, very important. You might have idea, you might have created a beautiful presentation, but investors or whoever is there in the panel, they're not going to ask you for the beautiful presentations. Show me the working product. That is nothing but your prototype. And it need not be complete. At least it should give you some basic understanding of how the product is going to look like, right? And then testing is an opportunity to learn about solution and the user. Clear so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here is a communication tool. Okay, if you observe, this is called as a lean canvas, and it has the problem. What are you trying to solve? What is the solution? And how do you measure the success of the this particular solution? Okay, and unique value proposition means how is it different from the rest of the competitors? What is unfair advantage? It's something which it's a kind of unique selling proposition. It is also called, right? For example, Amazon has an unfair advantage of widespread availability across the globe. So if you are building a product and if you want to launch it worldwide, right, you simply go and collaborate with Amazon. You know, certain companies, top Indian companies, during the pandemic, they explored an opportunity to work with Amazon for shipping the laptops to the employees' homes, because Amazon has such a huge penetration or reach, right? Cost structure, like what it takes for me to acquire the customer, what it takes from moving from means shipping the product from one place to another place, and the revenue stream. How am I going to make money by selling this particular thing? See, today, in future, you will see that the automobile industry, right, will turn into subscription model, because in today's world, right, if you bought a car for 10 lakh rupees, next year if you sell it, you'll get 8 lakhs, and next year if you sell it, you'll get only 6 lakhs, right? And irrespective of whether you run the car or not, every day you are spending minimum 70 to 80 rupees on the insurance, and every 6 months or 3 months you have to go for service. Likewise, acquiring some products or buying some products is expensive compared to subscription, right? That's why you might have come across this subscription model. That is again innovative solution, right? I don't have to buy it completely. Think differently. Now, what is the difference between design and design thinking? In case of design, right, it is a siloed approach where as an individual, I'm starting building products, and it is where there is a marriage of engineering and art. But in the design thinking, you are working as a team, and you're trying to create the experience, not the product. Have you heard about Starbucks before? Starbucks is a famous coffee seller, right?
Yes, sir.
But you know what they say? They say we sell the experience. In case if you have not been to Starbucks, coffee is very expensive there, but I request everybody to go and have coffee at Starbucks whenever you visit Hyderabad. I don't know if it is available in Vijayawada already, okay, or any other major metro city that you are coming from. Go there and experience, because they sell the experience. And you know, Starbucks, majority of the business decisions happen there, because the kind of ambience, is very ideal for business discussions and all. And the waiters will not come and ask you to leave. As long as you are buying one coffee or whatever it is, you can stay there indefinitely. And the way the staff is going to deal with the customers, right? It is very polite, because they spend billions of dollars in making their employees the best employees, who will provide very good experience to the customers. And as discussed earlier, here there is a marriage among technology, business process, and human thing, means people, right? So this is about design thinking. Now there are certain principles, right? It is action oriented, it supports change, it focuses on the people, develops foresight, which means you are imagining, okay, for example, Alexa's series, right? Tomorrow our cars will also have Series and Alexas, there are certain companies who have already who are already developing these voice-based solutions for the automobiles. I'm trying to recall a company name. I attended a demo, and it starts with C, but they are doing that, wherein you can speak to your car stereo, and car stereo will automatically turn on the maps. It will locate the nearest restaurant. It will tell you when to take break, and it will locate you the fuel station, whatever it is. That is nothing but foresight. Like, what am I expecting in future, right? It is dynamic, iterative, empathy is promoted, reduces the risks, creates the shared meaning, right? And most importantly, combines logic and creativity. Creativity is at the core. That is one of the skills that is required for anybody who wants to remain employable. World Economic Forum, right, where the stalwarts of the world in the finance sector, they come together and they come up with solutions and all. As per the recent report by World Economic Forum, they said, okay, people that are looking for long-term career, they need to be good at creativity, they need to be good at innovation, right? Because if I were to ask you to learn technology, anybody can learn technology with efforts, but creativity is something innate. I cannot mimic the creativity. As simple as it. So far with me? All right.
Yes, sir.
So again, these are certain other aspects, okay, which you can go through once I share these slides, but I've covered this in the different aspects. Now, here comes a quiz. Design, just look at the picture and tell me whether it is a design thinking is applied there or not. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is happening here? Do you think it is a good design thinking approach or not? Again, you may be wrong, that's fine, but I need some responses. Okay, how about, yeah, someone is trying to speak?
No, sir. The first picture is not at all using design thinking.
How about this?
Yes, it has some particular pattern, so it is convenient. So it is
Okay.
design thinking.
Great. So this we have already seen the 5 aspects of it. And if we were to dive deep into design thinking, they follow a process called as double diamond. So here this diverge, right? What is the nature of the problem? I'm using all dimensional. That's why it is called as divergent thinking, lateral thinking. You need to use lateral thinking. Discover what is the problem, and then define what if I do this, right? Which problem can we impact the most? What if I provide this feature, will it be helpful, right? And then develop what actually wows the customer. I'll tell you one simple example. See, today, let's assume you want to build a mobile manufacturing company, and you want to launch mobile phones in the industry without a camera phone. Do you think customers are going to buy your phone?
No, they won't.
Why?
Because mobile is a place where they are getting all facilities as a single place. So if
Okay.
you are not providing the required up to the mark, so they won't be using our product.
Okay, I'll ask you one more question. Nokia 6600. Have you guys heard about this model?
Yes, sir.
What was that? It is the first mobile phone with the camera. After this camera phone is launched, next time if Nokia were to launch 6610 or 6620 without camera, do you think they can make the cut in the market?
No, actually, the market has made people to like market has made people like things as their necessity. So now people are used to it.
Exactly. So something which was a delight, some feature which was a delight the first time, right? Right?
Yes.
What is this? Something which is a delight, okay, for the first time, it will become a necessity, basic expectation. As simple as it. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. And then this develop means you're trying to wow the customer and then deliver. What is something usable which actually works? Right? So this is how the design thinking works. And there are so many models. I'm going to give you some examples here. All you're trying to do is you're trying to solve the problems. Okay, empathize and reframe, come up with various ideas, prototype it, test it, come up with initially, right? You'll go with a lot of iterations, and finally you'll come up with the solution which is simple to use. That is in a nutshell what design thinking is. Now, these are various models. Again, there is no single organization which governs the entire design thinking model as such. These are the major players in the market like Design Thinkers Group, Stanford D School, IDEO 2.0, Luma Institute, IBM, FSU Innovation Hub. Everybody has their own definition. But overall, the underlying concept is same, like empathize, reframe, ideate, prototype. Right? Here comes homework to you. Okay, so far you have learned the basics of design thinking, right? Now, here is a problem statement. You may design a human system to deliver a parcel. Design a fast and cost-effective system to deliver a package from point A to point B, which means you need to get a package from a Bangalore address to Delhi address by not using commercial or government means, which means you should not use post office or courier services. Use the human system and measure how many hand-to-hand exchanges it takes to get from Bangalore to Delhi. Design a process which includes the execution of the human system with the graphic iteration of the reporting. You know, if you can solve this problem, this will be a business model altogether, guys. Typically, if you have any of your friends, okay, in the States or family members in the States, let's assume, okay, if you have your friends or family members in the States, and you normally pack these pickles and send it to someone who is their acquaintance and send them, right? That is one idea which I can give you. Likewise, because if you were to ship these pickles or sweets by yourself, it will cost a bomb. That's why what you do. These people will share, okay, 1 kgs or 2 kgs of that particular quantity or the item, and they'll take them along with them. Here is one more problem. Change attitude towards waste disposal. Design behavior change towards waste management for the rural population of Karnataka. And empathy towards personal working with the waste. You know how the solid waste management is done, right? Government has been insisting to separate the waste, the wet waste versus dry waste, but people are still not so convinced with that idea. Then how can we make it so appealing that the waste disposal is happening responsibly? Right? Who wants to take this challenge? I'll give you my email address. Okay. You can come back. And this is another one. Wait time in the airport, right? Typically, if you are flying, okay, to international destinations, you are supposed to arrive 2 hours earlier than the flight departure time. And if you're flying to any domestic destinations, you have to arrive at least 1 hour before, right? The waiting seems to be very unpleasant. It's so irritating. Typically, I carry some books and all, okay, so that I can read or listen to podcasts or whatever. And somebody might go on window shopping, so on and so forth. Now, one more thing, like how might we improve the grocery shopping experience in a manner that positively impacts people and the environment? Likewise, you can pick up any problem and come up with a design thinking solution. Are you guys picking up anything?
So can you share this question?
I'll share the deck in the PDF format. Okay.
Okay.
I'll send it to Premlata madam.
We will try, sir. We don't say that.
That's fine. At least give it a thought. Okay. Likewise, yeah. Thank you for being very interactive audience. I really thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, and you can find the Guiding Voice podcast series on wherever you find the podcast, and also on YouTube, and also spread the message. Okay, that is something which I want in return in case if you have liked this session. And in case if you felt I shared all the BS, pass on the details. I'll stop speaking BS in my next session as well. All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That was really a wonderful session. Now I request Dr. Vijayashree to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Prabhavati. A very good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor to propose vote of thanks to our session speaker, Naveen Samana. Thank you very much, sir, for the excellent session on design thinking. Sir has spoken about design thinking. It means a structural, creative, problem-solving process. And in the beginning, sir has given elevated example to make all the participants interact in a session. That was a wonderful example. And sir has talked about the human-centered approach and the customer-centered approach. And sir has given some quotes from Einstein and Steve Jobs on design thinking. And sir has told that design is not linear and design is how it works. And design thinking, interventions, steps in design thinking, 10 principles of design thinking, double diamond process model, everything. I hope all the participants have learned something on the design thinking process, and I definitely make sure that every participant at least has some knowledge about the basics of the design thinking. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your knowledge on design thinking concept. Thank you very much. Hope everyone have learned at the top layer of the iceberg, which you have told in the beginning. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today and for being part of the program. Thank you very much, sir.
Sure. Thanks for the opportunity, and I would really look forward for the feedback. And in case if you guys are interested on any other topics, you can reach out to me anytime. And I've shared my links. Okay, one is my LinkedIn URL and our podcast YouTube channel, and also LinkedIn page. And I request you to go through those, because we are doing a lot of we are putting in a lot of hard work out there just to help the student community. Okay, we wanted to provide some curated guidance which will help you make better career decisions, right? And if you really love what we are doing, please send it to others also. Okay, and yeah, I will share the PDF version of the presentation with madam, and she is going to circulate it. Okay, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and you guys can stay in touch with me. You don't need this kind of formal interactions only to reach out to me. You guys can contact me anytime. And thanks again to the entire management of National Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh, for giving this excellent opportunity to interact with the budding talent.
Naveen, sir, thank you very much for your time.
Sure, my pleasure, ma'am.
And I hope the audience might have enjoyed your session, might be curious with the questions, the problem statements, whatever you have given.
Okay.
We used to conduct so many sessions with our students. In fact, they have to frame the problem statements. Actually, they find difficulty even identifying the problem. So I hope the audience might have enjoyed that particular part.
Okay, sure. Nice to hear
Thank
that.
you very much, sir. Hope we'll get the responses also from the audience.
Come on, guys, you can give your candid feedback in the link that madam has provided, and yeah, what you liked, what you didn't like, and all, because it will help me also plan my future sessions. All right, thank you, and have a good rest of the day, and wish you all the very best for all your career endeavors, guys. And do reach out to me or any of the Guiding Voice team members, and we would be happy to help you. And I'm signing off. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Participants, thank you for joining us on time, and thank you for your valuable time. We are ending the session now. We are looking forward for some more events. You can participate and register and participate. Thank you.